Hello everyone, Phoenix61 here with your World Warships Legends shenanigans for the day. We're in the Hyuga. I actually really like this ship. I know a lot of folks don't. It is very similar to the regular tech tree Japanese battleships. The Fuso would be the kind of equivalent of this one, but this is sort of a premium variant. We're trying to get through our premium supplies. We do get a cruiser and destroyer here. I'm going to try and help out with the destroyer. This one, like, right, this ship's, like, the accuracy is there, especially when we've got the fighter, or the spotter plane out, right? So we get 3 overpens on the Moss to try and help out our destroyer, trying to keep our own destroyer alive there. But nonetheless, we do occasionally get put on the blue team, so he might not try to survive himself. But we'll go around, right? I'm kind of interested in, I'm going to guess that, right, especially now, our destroyer's lost quite a bit of his health somehow. I'm guessing that the battleships over on the red side, right, I'm guessing they helped out, and so that's why he went down. But there's a smoke screen over on the, right, there's a smoke screen from the little destroyer battle, and there's another one on the other side over here as well. And then that, I think it was a French cruiser is over here. Now, he did a full 180, so the smart person would know that he's sending torpedoes through this gap here, right? Because he came from, you know, he had one side of it, he had port side this way, and now he's got starboard side facing this way. And then it can see our other cruiser as well. But I'm being, like, over eager trying to get a good shot on a cruiser. And then I know that their destroyer over here is probably pretty low on health, but this one here is gonna be my own fault, right? My own mistake, because we're gonna see torpedoes coming through this alleyway here in just a second here. I was like kind of thinking like, wow, they should have shown up by now. Maybe I'm good. And so then I hit full forward again, and sure enough, here they come. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can catch this. It looked like he was gonna turn back around this direction, so I was kind of waiting for him to pop around the corner, and then we do get spotted here, but don't pick him up, so it must be one of the destroyers, or that destroyer again. But yeah, here's the torpedoes, so we're going to take 2 of these, not a big deal. Triggered the heal, we'll use the damage count on the flood, obviously, and then we just have to remember that, yeah, he's sending torpedoes through here, but yeah, he's like kind of teasing us with good angling. And then, of course, there's the Moss, right? He is getting low on health, so it would be nice to be able to shoot at him as well. Our cruiser should have an angle on him. Yep, our cruiser's shooting him. I'm just trying to be patient here, trying to wait for this other cruiser, and sure enough, there he is. He's going to eat a torpedo here too, but we'll get the finishing touches here, but I think we probably would have taken him out without that torpedo regardless. That was just a perfect angle, and great amount of shells landed. And then our base is getting capped, so we know where destroyer number 2 is now. I'm going to start heading that way, but luckily a couple other people on my team noticed that it's getting captured as well. But regardless, we're going to start heading that way, because that's where the vast majority of the red team is off to the middle and other side of the map. So we need to start heading that way anyway to help support. So we'll keep the guns on the port side of the ship here. Shiretsuyo, right, gets spotted here. I'm sure I'm saying that name wrong. We're going to try and help out with him. There's really nothing else we can shoot at right now anyway, but I'm a big fan of trying to help get rid of destroyers when we can. We use those front guns. And nothing there. I'm going to lead him a little bit better here this time. More torpedoes from a different cruiser now. Exeter's out there, and the Moss is still there too. We get an overpen on the destroyer. This game, too, we've got back-to-back games on this Hyuga here, right? So this game, actually, the game number 2 here ends up being a little bit more entertaining, to be honest. We really have to pull our weight in game number 2 a little bit more than we do in this one. But we end up with a lot of kills in this game and in the next game as well. I was playing these back-to-back. I think I played the second game we're going to show. I actually played first. But yeah, I was trying to get my tier 5 premium wins for the week. It looks like we can hit this Exeter. I'm going to take the shot, right? We're not getting the little island symbol as we zoomed in on him there, so, or the little mountain symbol. But the Pensacola wrecks him pretty good. Must have gotten a good shot off on him. So I'm going to guess he's going to be able to finish him off. We'll see if we can get moved up enough. Yep, and he does. See if we can get moved up enough to... Ooh, he gets taken out with torpedoes, though. Okay, so we lost Pensacola. That would have been nice to have that angle over there. He could have started pushing up on the base. We'll see if we can get something on this Friedrich. If he continues... It looks like he might be starting to turn this way. I was going to say, if he continues to go behind the island, he's really just kind of running away at that point, which may be actually the smarter thing to do in this situation, because he's got quite a few ships that can shoot him now, including us. So I'm going to take this shot at the hull here, and nice and low, and we're going to get a lot of bounces. He is kind of angled for us, too. Some of those German battleships with that armor scheme is a little tough. So we'll take another shot, and we're going to aim a little bit higher this time. Right, it's just like, if you look at the mini-map, it's easier to tell just how angled he is to us. So we'll aim higher, go for upper plating and superstructure and all that other fun stuff. We still get 3 bounces, though. I feel like we were getting better accuracy at further away range than we are at this close range here. Even with, we had the spotter plane out, too. So only the 1 kill right now, but this is going to be kill number 2 for us. There are still 4 ships left in play. I'm going to fast forward through a little bit of sailing simulator spots here. Got a King George, I think there's an Atlanta, and whatever that other battleship is, and then another cruiser too, and they're all over on this side of the map, so it's a good thing we started heading this way. King George has lots of health. We're going to start working him. He's really the only thing we can shoot now. But it looked like he started slowing down after we fired our guns, so we don't get too much out of him on that one. Nagato is really low on health. Doesn't look like he will survive for too long here. And waiting to try to see what this Atlanta does. It'd be nice to pump him full of AP rounds here. I think he started moving forward. Yeah, we didn't. I got 3 overpens. I think he started moving forward faster than I was expecting. Alright, so we're at 2 kills. There's only 3 ships left. We're going to pull the Kraken out of this one. Lining up the cruiser. It looks like he's going to run aground, so I'm going to wait until he actually hits the land, so that doesn't kind of throw off our aim, and then we'll take the shot now that we know. And plus, we know his really only move is to start backing up too. But great shell grouping on that one. We still get a lot of overpens though. And then we could see the fire from the Atlanta on the way here. He's going to have 2 or 3 sets of bullets in the air at one time. And he's going to try and fire spam us, right? It's kind of the way to go with the Atlanta, is to use some island cover and fire spam the heck out of people. So we're going to keep moving. We can adjust course a little bit. It's going to be harder for him to aim. We do get a citadel there and finish off the Spanish cruiser. And then I'm going to let this fire burn. We'll use our heal while it's burning here to try and help mitigate that a little bit. I just don't want to get, you know, it's like he's got so many bullets he can shoot, right? I just don't want to get multiple fires on the ship. So we'll try and be patient for once in my life and let the fire burn. Just in case he gets multiples here. Only a few hits there, but he's not going to survive too much longer here. Ten more seconds left on this fire. He's also shooting at the Bismarck behind us, right? So I think he's kind of trying to, you know, be a you get a fire situation where everybody gets a fire. He's going to duck behind the island here. That's fine. We're not going to have a great shot. It does say we can hit him, so we're going to take it, though. Yeah, a bunch of it hit the islands there. And cruiser going around the back, right, calling out that he's going for the base. Not a big deal. We should be able to take these guys out unless some sort of miracle happens for them. King George is low on health. The Atlanta's been ducking behind the islands here, so we're going to see if we can help with King George. Going to get those rear turrets on target just in case, but not needed. And we're going to fast forward just a little bit again here on this game because this Atlanta hides behind this island for a while here. It's a YOLO it time, guys. Just feel like I was kind of thinking maybe he would try and stay hidden until like someone got like right up by him, because he does have torpedoes. They're just really, really short range, right? But we're going to have an easy shot on him here to finish him off, and that's going to give us a Kraken. Pretty low damage doing Kraken, right? 71,000 damage at that game. Right, not too crazy exciting, but so yeah, that's kind of why I fast forwarded through some of those parts. We didn't even get first place. But the next game becomes a little bit more of a situation and competitiveness, so I wanted to bring this one up as our final option for the day here. Leander gets himself spotted. We're going out wide. We are tier 5, so it's sort of the condensed version of this map, which is fine, makes sense. And then I'm going to try and turn away from the repulse here, so we don't have too much of an angle, but he's going to go after the cruiser. But we'll take our shots at him, right? We'll get the defend ribbons because he's capping the zone. And then we can kind of keep all of our gun turrets on target here because he's going to try and shoot the cruiser first. Right? It's kind of your rock, paper, scissors mentality of the game. For the most part, in general, battleships are good at taking out cruisers. Cruisers are good at taking out destroyers. And destroyers are good for hunting battleships, right? So he's trying to take the cruiser out first because he'll do more damage to him. I'm going to start turning back in. We're going to take advantage of the fact that we're not getting shot at right now, and we can be a little bit more aggressive here. I want to be able to go for the zone. I know the cruiser on the enemy team opposite of us is Leander. We will have to watch out for torpedoes from him, but other than that, he's not really too much of a threat for us. We're going to use our overview camera to get the guns starting to move over to the starboard side of the ship in preparation for said Leander, because I'm going to guess he's going to get spotted one way or the other on that side of our ship as we move our way back towards the A-cap here. But yes, this one we are ultimately on the blue team. We're already down 2 ships. They've only lost the 1 cruiser. So we're gonna witness the blue team being the blue team, trying really hard to lose this. Just gonna look at what we actually have shots on. We can maybe hit this Queen Elizabeth, but my attention is very highly drawn to this Leander here. Yep. So he's trying to back up to get torpedoes off in this direction, and it's just not gonna be worth it for him here. Almost all of his health. And then I'm slowing down and turning in, right? I'm anticipating that he sent torpedoes, right? I'm guessing his plan was successful, even though he might not live to see the day, right? And then, yeah, I didn't aim high enough there, right? He's moving away and turning out. I definitely should have aimed higher. We won't make that mistake with the rear turrets here. Aim a little bit higher. Lead him a little bit better. Still can't finish him off. He did use a heal there. Right, yeah, his AP's not doing too much damage to us. And if only we could aim. I don't know, I think the aim was fine. It was just bad RNG, that salvo there. But yeah, he's trying to get behind land cover to survive, and he's just not going to make it. So we'll get this zone cap, and I'm kind of thinking, right, we've got several battleships on their team moving north. So I'm going to kind of, I'm eyeing up the mini-map here. What's going to be my next target here? This Fuso is going to be the one we have the best line of sight on and a decent angle. And we're going to get the zone cap, so we don't need to hang out in the zone anymore. But as you can see, we're down 4 ships. They've only lost 2 so far, one of which was us. The Fuso's going after the... we've got an AFK player right on our... We've got a cruiser not playing. So he's going for him, but we'll get the kill, right? you're not paying attention to what the real threat is, right? That's what's going to happen to you. Going for the easy kill, you're going to get killed yourself there. So just pay attention to the mini-map. Map awareness is huge in this game. Position's huge in this game. More important than being able to aim. As you can tell, because I couldn't aim before. But we're already almost to where we were damage-wise in the previous game, right? We're at 68,000. I think we ended with like 75,000 in the last game, right, with the Kraken there. And we got 2 kills, so there's a lot more potential here as well. Our cruiser is still alive. Our AFK cruiser is still alive, hanging in there. He's doing good. He's doing good. And we do get spotted here, right? So we have to think there's a destroyer. My guess is he's coming through. Yep, he's coming through from over by B. Now I'm gonna try and get as much damage done to this guy as I can, right? Like, it's gonna be huge to be able to do, right? Like, we've got a lot of cannons, right? We got a lot of bullets. So yeah, 4 hits there. I'm gonna use the reload booster here. It would have been smart to have switched to HE if we could have. And we'll hold on to the fire. We'll try and be smart about that because he's got torpedoes. And then we'll send that salvo. And I did switch to HE. We do get 5 more hits on him. But he's going to be able to get away in his smoke screen there. And then, of course, like, right, we've got smoke firing penalty is way worse in comparison to Destroyer, right? So he's going to be able to see us, and we can't see him, so he's just going to go to town. Sure enough, there are his torpedoes that we suspected, so that's why we had slowed down and started turning away. And I did switch back to AP with anticipation of these battleships. We just didn't get loaded quick enough. Probably should have left the HE and been able to actually send a salvo. But Queen Elizabeth here is we're gonna have an angle for him. We'll use heal number 2 here. While this fire burns out, get most of that damage back. They did finally take out our AFK cruiser, so we are now down to 3 ships against 6. This Repulse, he is looking this way, but he gets taken out by our Fubuki. I was like about to start like complaining in my head about that Fubuki because he's so far out sending torpedoes, but he does manage to get that hit there, so that's big for our team at that moment. Queen Elizabeth knows we're over here. He's going to start kiting away. He knows the destroyer's over there somewhere, so he's adjusting course. That all makes sense. Their other destroyer is taking back Zone A away from me. And then we've got a battleship that's moved way south through the map that I don't think is too effective at the moment, right? So we're a classic blue team trying to lose the game for us here. We're going to do our best here. Queen Elizabeth just taking salvos at him when we've got him. Since he's kiting away, we don't have a good angle, right? I did switch to HE shells, try and do a little more damage that way, and hopefully trigger some fires. But yeah, our Fubuki is moving up finally, but the ship's moving away, right? So it's going to be harder and harder to get torpedo hits on a ship moving away like that. Land a few shells there, not quite enough. I'm going to start making, man, full health Texas. I'm going to start making our way towards one of the zones. We're going to run into a point situation here very, very quickly with them having all 3 zones capped. So it's time to be aggressive for sure. We're going to just try and make sure this Queen Elizabeth doesn't get away. Texas is shooting at our other battleship. We'll finish off the Queen Elizabeth there. So we've got a little bit of luck there that he's not paying attention to us because we're giving up a little bit of broadside angle to him if he was looking this way. There's their other destroyer as well. He's got quite a bit of health, and then of course we're going to lose our battleship real quick here. He's super low on health. So while this Texas is spotted, we're going to try and get some HE shells on target here. And then we're going to start moving in towards the zone. Not sure why this Fubuki is dropping his smoke. It's really kind of useless at this point. What it's going to do is if he's not spotting ships for me, it's blocking me from being able to see anything either, right? So if we've got a shot on the T-22, we're going to take it. We at least have HE loaded here. See if we can help there. We're at 3 kills, 108,000 damage. There's 4 ships left here. And And then here comes the Monaghan, right? This is where I'm happy that we did some work on him before because he is low on health. We're going to get loaded and try our darndest. I'm going to use the spotter plane for this next shot here. Lead him a little bit better this time. Those front turrets are have been working out good as a test bed for me on aiming. Kill number 411,000 damage here. 3 ships left. I have no idea where their last battleship is at this point. Our Fubuki destroyer got a little bit set back here on the zone capture. Looks like he must have taken another hit. Trying to decide what side I want these rear turrets on. I'm going to guess this T-22 is going to turn in towards us, so we actually kind of want these rear turrets. I mean, a torpedo from that other destroyer. I actually kind of want these rear turrets to stay on the starboard side, but we need to aim the front turrets so they're moving the other direction here. So what we'll do is we're going to fire the guns on the front, and then we're going to hit hard left because we know T-22 is going to send torpedoes. And then I'm going to move the aimer over to the right side of the ship and go into overview camera. And then we do finally get spotted that last battleship. So 3 versus 1 here pretty much because my destroyer went all the way around the island there and didn't finish capping the zone. I was coming in to help, dude. Yep, so we managed to dodge torpedoes. We've got all of our turrets on target for the T-22, so we're able to finish him off. That gives us the Kraken. There are still 2 ships left here in this game, folks. Texas has a lot of health, so right, and there's only 2 minutes left in the game. This is where that Fubuki going around this island, you have to look at the mini-map, right, my last remaining teammate, is sailing around, right, so this is, has potential to cost us the game here. I need him in this zone with me right now, and if he would have saved a smoke screen that he kind of wasted before, right, like this Texas is moving towards me, and my Fubuki is moving the opposite direction, right? Now, in reality, in hindsight, if you think about it, I shouldn't be complaining about what Fubuki's doing, because thus far he's done better than the rest of my team who is already dead. I'd rather have somebody alive and doing bad, or I don't know what's worse, right? But at least he still exists, right? I gotta give him that. But Texas is going to make a little bit of a mistake here trying to get all of his turrets on target. We're gonna watch our angling, but yeah, we get some pretty hefty, chunky damage from just the 2 front turrets. And then he had just fired, so we might be able to get away with getting our rear turrets on target here. Yes, we can. Citadel is giving us a huge chunk of damage there with 5 more penetrations, including that one. And then hopefully we're turning in, right? We're turning in as best we can. We do take a little bit of a chunk damage from him. I need intel data. We're down to 35 seconds. We know that the last battleship was off in the direction that we're looking, so I'm just going to start moving around to try and get that spotting angle on him. It doesn't matter if we're giving up angle anymore at this point. We just need to get him spotted and get the salvos off. Yeah, literally we're only going to have enough time for 1 shot here because the reload. I aim high because he's angled. Not quite enough damage there. So that's going to cost us the game, but it's where I kind of man, if that Fubuki on my team had been in that zone with me and had a smoke screen to kind of just guard himself, that would have been an easy, awesome comeback there. 171,000 damage with the 6-pack of kills. Take a look at the leaderboard here. We do get the top spot with 2,000 XP as the losing team. So, right, so that would have been a 3,000 plus XP game very easily there. You get when you're on the winning team, it's like a 1.5 multiplier that you get. So we almost beat the best player on their team, even though that dude had a 1.5 multiplier. It's so 400 grand in credits we walk away with. So that's well, at least we got something out of that. And then we'll go through the build here, right? It's tier 5, so you only get the first 2 mod slots here. So we're doing aiming system and propulsion mod are kind of my preferences. Right, and the Fuso and the Hyuga are pretty accurate ships. I was trying to build an accuracy build here with Musashi, so we built a little bit into reload and accuracy, and then the base trait gives you better shell dispersion while the plane is out. Now, it's kind of feels wasted using these perks, but on this ship, on Hyuga, you do get the reload booster, so you do get an extra salvo out of it, right? So that's kind of what I was trying to do and synergize with that. So this perk here, too, also increases the duration of the spotter plane, and then I was using Fight Fire with Fire for this match, but yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if she's worth it. I think Borg Queen might be better, right? I'm just playing around with different builds at this point. So if you've got the Borg Queen, she might be the better option. To be honest, the free-to-play commander is actually really good. I used him for the longest time, right? So Takeo Takagi, right? Like, he's got good perks in here, right? So this is how I had him built previously, just build into the AP damage with the inspirations. And then, range, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, and then reaching out for even more range. I had Will to rebuild on there, but you do you on that one. But that's going to be our video for the day. Thank you guys for watching all the way through and hanging out with me today. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. As always, subscribing is always free. If you realize I'm too annoying, you can always unsubscribe. I understand. And then always special thanks to channel members. They're actually supporting me, right? So if you're interested in that, check out the members section on my YouTube channel. Really do appreciate you guys. Actually, always special thanks to you. And then I do occasionally live stream, right? So keep an eye out for me there if you're interested in that. It's usually evenings. My schedule's pretty random, right? So, but I'm Central Time US, so keep an eye out for me there. If you really want to see, right, hang out with us, I would click the notifications bell so you get a notification. But otherwise, thanks again. Legends videos pretty much every day. So we'll see you guys again tomorrow.